जय गणेश शुभानना गजवदना जय गणेश शुभानना गजवदना जय गणेश शुभानना गजवदना जय गणेश शुभानना जय गणेश 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 शुभानना गजवदना जय गणेश शुभानना गजवदना मूषिकवाहन मोदकहस्ता मूषिकवाहन मोदकहस्ता मूषिकवाहन मोदकहस्ता मूषिकवाहन मोदकहस्ता श्रीगणनाथ गजानना श्रीगणनाथ गजानना श्रीगणनाथ गजानना जय गणेश शुभानना गजवदना जय गणेश शुभानना गजवदना जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश शुभानना गजवदना जय गणेश शुभानना गजवदना मूषिकवाहन मोदकहस्ता मूषिकवाहन मोदकहस्ता श्रीगणनाथ गजानना श्रीगणनाथ गजानना श्रीगणनाथ गजानना श्रीगणनाथ गजानना जय गणेश शुभानना गजवदना नीलमेघ सुन्दरा नीरजलोचना नीलमेघ सुन्दरा नीरजलोचना ब्रह्माण्डनायका हे सा సుందరా బ్రహ్మాండ నాయకా హే సుందరా हे श्याम सुंदरा हे साई सुंदरा हे श्याम सुंदरा हे साई सुंदरा हे श्याम सुंदरा सुंदरा हे श्याम सुंदरा हे साई सुंदरा पति पुरीश्वरा हे साई सुंदरा साई सुंदरा पुरीश्वरा हे साई सुंदरा पुरीश्वरा हे साई सुंदरा हे सुंदरा हे साई सुंदरा हे श्याम सुंदरा हे साई सुंदरा नीलमेघ सुंदरा नीलमेघ सुंदरा हे श्याम सुंदरा हे साई सुंदरा पतिपुरीश्वरा हे साई सुंदरा साई सुंदरा हे श्याम सुंदरा हे साई सुंदरा हे श्याम सुंदरा हे साई सुंदरा सुंदरा नीरजलोचना नीलमेघ सुंदरा नीरजलोचना ब्रह्मांड नायका हे साई सुंदरा वैकुंठवासा नमो नारायणा वैदेही मोहना नारायणा नारायणा हरि नारायणा नारायणा वेद पारायणा नारायणा हरि नारायणा हरि नारायणा नारायणा हरिरूपा नारायण
नरहरिरूपा नारायण
वैकुण्ठवासा नमो नारायण
वैकुण्ठवासा नमो नारायण
वैकुण्ठवासा नमो नारायण
वैकुण्ठवासा नमो नारायण
वैदेहि मोहन नारायण
वैदेहि मोहन नारायण
नारायण हरि नारायण
नारायण हरि नारायण
नारायण वेद परायण
नारायण वेद परायण
नारायण हरि नारायण
नारायण हरि नारायण
नारायण वेद परायण
नारायण वेद परायण
नारायण वेद परायण
नारायण वेद परायण नारायण हरि नारायण महादेवा महेश्वरा साई नारायण महादेवा महेश्वरा साई नारायण महादेवा महेश्वरा साई नारायण महादेवा महेश्वरा साई नारायण नटनागरा दुःखभञ्जना साई नारायण नटनागरा दुःखभञ्जना साई नारायण नटनागरा दुःखभञ्जना साई करुणाकरा अखिलेश्वरा साई नारायण करुणाकरा अखिलेश्वरा साई नारायण करुणाकरा अखिलेश्वरा साई नारायण करुणाकरा अखिलेश्वरा साई नारायण अल्लाह तुम महावीर यीशु हृदयेश्वरा परतीश्वरा साई नारायणा हृदयेश्वरा परतीश्वरा साई नारायणा महादेवा महेश्वरा साई नारायणा महादेवा महेश्वरा साई नारायणा नटनागरा दुःखभञ्जना साई नारायणा नटनागरा दुःखभञ्जना साई नारायणा करुणाकरा अखिलेश्वरा साई नारायणा करुणाकरा अखिलेश्वरा साई नारायणा अल्लाह तुम महावीर यीशु साई नारायणा अल्लाह तुम महावीर यीशु साई नारायणा हृदयेश्वरा परतीश्वरा साई नारायणा हृदयेश्वरा परतीश्वरा साई नारायणा हृदयेश्वरा परतीश्वरा साई नारायणा हृदयेश्वरा परतीश्वरा साई नारायणा महादेवा महेश्वरा साई नारायणा साई राम साई राम साई राम साई राम साई राम गाएगी सदा सुभरशा गाएगी सदा सुभरशा हर एक पल में हर एक क्षण में हर एक पल में हर एक क्षण में हर एक पल में हर एक क्षण में हर एक पल में हर एक क्षण भजे हम गाएगी सदा सुभरसा कोई कहे तुझे जानकी रामा कोई कहे तुझे जानकी रामा कोई पुकारे राधे श्यामा कोई पुकारे राधे श्यामा कोई पुकारे राधे श्यामा कोई पुकारे राधे श्यामा हमारे लिए तुम साई भगवान हमारे लिए तुम साई भगवान हमारे लिए तुम साई भगवान गाएगी सदा सुभरसा गाएगी सदा सुभरसा साई राम साई राम गाएगी सदा सुभरसा हर एक पल में हर एक क्षण में भजे हम सदा तेरो नाम गाएगी सदा सुभरसा कोई कहे तुझे जानकी रामा कोई पुकारे राधे श्यामा कोई पुकारे राधे श्यामा हमारे लिए तुम साई भगवान गाएगी सदा सुभरसा गाएगी सदा सुभरसा
offering our collective pranams to beloved Sadguru on behalf of Anugraham Charitable Trust UK and all the people of the UK. A big warm welcome to all of you from countries around the world who have come to join us in this august gathering on this beautiful English evening. A very warm welcome to all the people watching on live streaming globally too. Swami, you have brought along your beloved property as well, and we welcome all the students who have provided such beautiful bhajans. But during their time with us, just by being in their presence, we have absorbed so much goodness. And Swami has always emphasized goodness. And it's extremely palpable when you are in their presence. And it was felt by all of us. They have enjoyed a tour of Europe. And this is the last stop before they head back to Mudanali in India. Swami, it's been 4 long years. We are like in the desert, parched, without water, without you visiting us.
Saints every day in London.
The desert is within our hearts, our longing for you, Swami. With Swami's presence amongst us, we must acknowledge our good fortune to be here. Each one of us that is here for a reason. And indeed, we are all blessed. Please make no mistake, you are in the presence of divinity. Don't make the mistake of any other conclusion. Introducing Anugraham Charitable Trust, we have trustees, Brother Sanjeev Tandon and Brother Deepak Mehta, and myself. We are a relatively small trust, and we support a lot of the work that goes around the world in our small way that we can, under the mentorship and guidance of our divine Sadguru. Some of the projects that we have done around the world, not some, all of the projects that we have done around the world, and even in this country as well, encompass the ethos of Vasudeva Kutumbakam, one world, one family. This concept is the basic tenet of Swami's teachings. When we say namaste to each other, we hold hands together. By doing this and saying this, what we are doing is we're recognizing that the divinity within us salutes and recognizes the divinity within you. And on that basis, the work is done. Now, a lot of people talk about love, and it's commonly said, isn't it? I love you. But what is Sadguru? Sadguru emphasizes everything on love. But what is he? I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, he is love in action. When you say to somebody, I love you, it's not good just to have mere words. You have to put that love and express it in some way. You have to show that. You have to put it into action. It's beholden on all of us who are clothed to clothe those that don't have any. Beholden on all of us who are fed to feed those that have nothing to eat. If we are housed, we should provide shelter for those who have no shelter. If we have education, we should educate those that have no education. I think it's long overdue that we reflect on this and see what we can do to be part of the solution and not always just recognize the problem. This evening, we're going to start with an update. I think it's important to have an update because in all the fields that we've spoken about, healthcare, education, nutrition, socio-care, all of these things are being addressed because this is love in action, and it's being shown by Swami as an example to all of us so that we really do think like a global family. It's easy to pay lip service to this, but this is something that we have to put into place. It doesn't mean that you have to go on a medical camp somewhere outside of your own country. It can be in any little thing that you do during your day-to-day life. And it starts like that, and opportunities are there everywhere. You just have to see them. Getting back to the work that's been done in this time, I think it's important that we have a refresher of what work has been done. And so we are going to show you a short film to refresh us and just remind us of just how much is going on, and also don't forget at what pace it's going on. This can only be done with the hand of the divine. Thank you very much. Maybe please have the video. Thank you.
One world, one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is the only way to make the world better here and now, says Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, a humanitarian, a visionary, a social and spiritual leader who has established several institutions of public service in the last 10 years since 2012. These institutions offer services to the most needy in the fields of nutrition, education, healthcare and social care in about 33 countries, absolutely free of all costs.
Identifying the gaps in societal needs and addressing it in a holistic and sustainable way to have a lasting impact has been the approach to service in all the institutions set up by Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai.
Nutrition. The Annapurna Morning Nutrition Program serves healthy morning nutrition to more than 1.2 million school-going children in India and about 5,000 children in 5 other countries overseas.
Eradicating hidden hunger is one of the main goals of Annapurna, and hence a customized micronutrient-rich supplement, Sai Ishwa, is served to children every morning to ensure better attendance and a healthy childhood devoid of wasting or stunting. The vision is to cover 2 million school-going children by 2024-25.
Over the last decade, Annapurna has also served the cause of maternal nutrition and eliminating pregnancy and birth-related issues by providing expecting and lactating mothers with Sai Ishwa, specially customized for their needs.
Education. The need of the hour is an education model that will induce human values into the veins of education to ensure a holistic development of individuals who will cultivate the commitment to serve the society and help to address the manifold issues and needs of our societies. A practical testimony to implementing the ancient way of education that is based on the molding of wholesome individuals with brilliant heads, compassionate hearts and competent hands, the 3H formula is the Sri Sathya Sai Lokaseva Gurukulam group of institutions. These institutions impart integral values-based education to over 5,000 students, both boys and girls, from grade 6 to doctorate programs across 27 campuses in India and at 3 institutions outside India, completely free of all costs.
The institutions are residential edifices set up in naturalistic settings as symbols of majesty and modesty, reminding one about the genuine goals of education, the acquisition of all forms of knowledge, being a paragon of virtues, and working for the welfare of society.
The higher education wing is the Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence, an institution which empowers young students with the necessary knowledge, skills and character with only one purpose, serving the society. Thus, every student who passes out of the university joins the alma mater, which itself is a service institution, or posted at any of its other sister organizations based on the need, thus creating a self-sustainable system.
The university is all set to commence a first of its kind free medical college that will bestow the gift of free medical education to rural students who have the aptitude but not the affordability. This medical college will mold the rural youth as capable and compassionate healthcare professionals who will selflessly serve the society.
The university is also the only general university that offers courses in fine arts and Vedic and spiritual studies. To promote learning and research in Vedic studies and to disseminate its priceless wisdom to all, the Sri Sai Loka Seva Veda Gurukulam was set up in the year 2021. Bharat Rashtra Nirman Vidyarthi Nidhi, an innovative scholarship scheme to improve enrollment and quality of primary school education, was instituted in November 2021 in collaboration with Rashtriya Seva Bharati. In the pilot phase, around 6,000 boys and girls from grade 1 to 6 in the state of Karnataka are receiving this scholarship.
Healthcare. Sri Sai Sanjeevani Centers for Child Heart Care are the world's largest chain of pediatric cardiac hospitals without billing counters for addressing the global burden of congenital heart diseases. 5 child heart care centers in India at the states of Chhattisgarh, Haryana, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Telangana. 5 mother and child hospitals in India at the states of Chhattisgarh, Haryana, Maharashtra, Jharkhand and Uttarakhand. 5 healthcare centers in the countries of Fiji, Suva, Sri Lanka, Batikalo, USA, Clarksdale, and 2 facilities in Nigeria, Ebe and Imo, offer completely free of cost services to all with specialized services for children and their mothers in the spirit of a compassionate healthcare model.
The 5-pronged approach for holistic healthcare adopted by Sanjeevani is cure through the heart care centers, prevention through the Divine Mother and Child Health Program, a health screening program, nutrition through Sai Sure multi-nutrient supplement, advanced human genomic research for congenital heart diseases, healthcare education and training that provides skill development programs for doctors, paramedics and allied healthcare professionals.
So far, Sanjeevani has trained around 700 students of physiotherapy, 300 nursing students, 26 perfusion technologists, 20 cardiac technologists, and 20 physician assistants. All this has been done totally free of cost to empower the new generation with medical knowledge and practical experience.
At the Sanjeevani hospitals in India, close to 25,000 little hearts have been treated through invasive and non-invasive procedures. Outpatient consultations and screenings have also been performed for over 412,000 children.
Sri Sai Sarla Memorial Hospital is a multidisciplinary facility at Karnataka with a high dependency inpatient unit providing services to the rural and underprivileged sections of the society. Over 1,000 outpatients and 300 inpatients are taken care every single day, all completely free of cost at this hospital. The Sarla Hospital will soon serve as the teaching and training hospital for the Free Medical College.
12 centers for human development have been set up across 11 countries for conducting several service and spiritual activities.
To take this triple elixir of nutrition, education, and healthcare to the doorsteps of children is a saga of love and service, as several lives are being illumined through these benevolent acts every single day.
How can so much work be done at such a pace and have an impact on so many lives? It can only be done through the hand of divinity. Swami, we thank you for guiding all of us. We hope that the impact that you have on all the lives that you affect, we know this will have a knock-on effect. An exponential curve will occur. By creating one doctor, it will impact hundreds, thousands of people. By curing a child, saving a child's life, will change the life of that family. The mission of healthcare, just the mission of healthcare itself, will affect generations to come. It's not just for now, it's for the future. We have to think ahead, because that is all to come. Swami, we ask for your guidance in everything that we do and your blessings. And on behalf of all of us, I now request that you bless us with your divine guidance and discourse. Thank you, Swami.
Are you able to see me? The last rows. You can. Okay. No, then I'll stand up and talk. It's easier for us to see each other, isn't it? Now I can see you better. As I came in and I saw a mirror right opposite to me, and all the time it is reflecting me back. And then I looked at all your faces and I saw the same reflection in all your faces too. You're all reflecting the same love back which I am giving you, you're giving it back to me. And so many folds, multi-folds. That is the beauty of this creation. You see, in everything you see that same divinity. Just like that mirror. All your faces are shining like mirrors, clean and clear, and they're reflecting the same divinity back to me. You know how important mirrors are, especially for the women. When they go and stand in front of a mirror and they look at themselves, they feel so happy. I remember being in New York. David had taken us and they gave us a hotel to stay which was very tall. I don't know, we were on maybe the 20th floor or something like that. And the lift was painfully slow. So it'll go slowly, you could almost walk a building maybe in the meantime. But then we are lazy people, so we will take the lift. So I got inside the lift, I was waiting, and floor by floor by floor it was going. And in the lift they had put mirrors. And then I asked David, and why do they put mirrors in lifts? No, that's not a place to have mirrors. And the idea was that when you get inside the lift and you see your reflection, you'll be adjusting yourself and you'll never realize how much time it has taken to go up. So you won't complain to the hotel desk saying that the lift is slow. And I could imagine the logic behind it. A very wonderful logic, very wonderful rationale. Though it was used as a trick to keep the customers not away from complaining. You see, they should not realize that. That's the logic. But the truth was, whenever we see ourselves, we become very happy. Even if I click a group photo now, and I ask you to look at the photo, whom are you going to look at first? Straight, your vision will straight go to wherever you are, even in the crowd of 100 people, you will immediately spot yourself. Because that's you, that's me in the picture, that's me in the mirror. At the moment you spot, you feel very nice. Because you've seen yourself, your reflection, and you think you're okay because you're looking okay. So whenever I come for a satsang like this is what I check. Are they all able to reflect me back without any distortions, without any changes from what I am? A high fidelity mirror, as they say. It reflects you back exactly as you are. But there are some funny mirrors also, like in the mirror house. You go there and they make you look round, fat, tall, thin, and all kinds of things. That's for fun. But when I come and look at everybody, I look at where am I looking exactly as I am? Where am I looking distorted? And the moment I look at people's faces and the smile that comes back, depending on that smile, the purity, the honesty, the fullness of it, I know this mirror is working fine. And that mirror is having some problem. It's distorting that same divinity. That's how I look at everybody when I look around. We are all, in a way, mirrors of each other. When we meet some people, what we see is truly our own reflections. If we have love in our heart, we see the love in the other person's heart too. And if we don't have, we don't find that in other people too. We are just reflecting our own inside in the outside. So as you know the famous story, Lord Krishna called Dharmaraja. You know Dharmaraja, he was the eldest of the Pandavas, the 5 brothers in Mahabharata. And he told him, go search the whole town of London and come back to me and tell me one person who is bad. At the same time, he called Duryodhana and told, go search the whole town and come back and tell me about one person who is good. And both of them went around searching, got stuck in the traffic, in the rain, and came back sometime late in the night, taking the tube. And finally they were there, and Krishna was waiting, exhausted. And he said, so did you find what I asked you to find? And Dharmaraja, very disappointed, he told Krishna, oh Lord, I searched the whole town, but I could, even the Buckingham Palace, but I could not find one bad person. Everybody seems to be good in this town. Perhaps I am the only bad person here. Krishna said, all right, you step aside. Duryodhana, come in. What did you find? He said, I searched the whole town to find one good person. I went everywhere. I went to Southall, I went to Chigwell, even Scotland. But I could not find one good person. Seems like I am the only good person left. Moral of the story, you know what it is. We only see what we want to see. We cannot see anything other than what we want to see. Tatha drishti, tatha srishti. That is what our scriptures say. As is your vision, so is the world around you. The one who puts on a green glasses, he will see everything green. And somebody who puts on red glasses, he will see everything red. So truly the problem is not with the world around us. Yes, world has its own issues, I know. But what you see depends on what you are. So the only difference between an ordinary person and an ascended person is the ordinary person will see ordinary things in everything. Even in extraordinary things, they will only perceive ordinary things. But an ascended master will see extraordinary thing. What is that? The divinity in everything ordinary. You go out of the house, look at a little flower in bloom, you see divinity there. That's God. Last night it wasn't there, this morning it is there. Who made it happen? That's divinity. You look at a little baby running around the whole place like this right now, not interested in my discourse, not interested in satsang, but happy in her own world. You know that's God playing around. You don't look at it as a baby or a boy or a girl. You look at it as God running around. The energy is God's. So also everything else, the feeling that we feel, the thoughts that we think, the words that we speak, the things that we do, it's all powered by the same divine energy. So how is it that we miss seeing it in everything? It's because we are not ready within. We are not using the right lenses. And that's where the problem is. So all we have to do is correct that. You put on the lenses of divinity, you will see divinity everywhere. Even in the worst situation, you'll find the hand of God. And that will reassure you that things are okay. Things are okay. because this also is divinity. So what does spirituality do? What does all satsangs and all these prayers do to us? They teach us to put on the right lenses. They teach us to look through the right lenses and see the things in the right way. Like Dharmaraja, not like Duryodhana. And that's what I was talking about, the analogy of this mirror. A funny story. Once there was a prince, and he was about the age for marriage. So everybody was looking for a good bride, a princess of some state and things like that. But the prince would reject everybody, and he would always sit very sad. And nobody knew what was wrong with that fellow. He was quite handsome, nice, young and strong. And anybody would like to marry him, but he would not marry anybody. He would refuse. And when he was sad, his uncle was quite close to him. So his uncle told, "What is it that is worrying you? Don't you like so many girls we have shown you and everything? You don't like any of these, any of them?" He said, "No, I have already fallen in love with a girl." He said, "Really? Tell us about her. We will get you that girl, wherever she is. After all, we are kings." So he said, "In the basement of our palace, there is a portrait of a girl. And I have fallen in love with that girl in the portrait. Do you know who she is?" He said, "I do not know. I just believe that she exists somewhere and I must marry her." And so the minister, the uncle, was very surprised. He said, "Let's go and see who it is." And they went and searched the entire basement, and they found that portrait which was lying there. And the minister laughed his heart out. He said, "Do you know who this girl is?" He said, "No, I do not know." He said, "I know. When you were a young boy, your mother dressed you up like a girl. This is very typical, notorious behavior of mothers." I do not know what's wrong. Why they dress the boys as girls and tease them all their lives? So she dressed you up as a girl and made a painter to paint you. This is you in that portrait. How are you going to marry yourself? It's only then he realized, "Oh, really?" And I was so sad that I'm not able to find this girl. I want to marry her so badly. And then he said, "What you're searching for is you already are." That is a moral. You already are that which you're seeking. You want God, you want God. Everybody wants God. At least in Satsang, they must say that they want God. They've come here to find God. But where are you searching for God? That's my whole question. God is not to be found elsewhere. You are that which you are searching for. That's the whole thing. You are that divinity that you're looking for. And why are we not able to realize that? Because this ignorance that in the portrait princess is different from us, from me. That is the problem, the ignorance. That the divinity is us only, all of us and everything else. Ishavasyamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat, says Ishopanishad. Everything is divinity, all that permeates, all that pervades, everything is permeated and pervaded by divine. Animate, inanimate, inert, alive, everything is divine, it says. And we are not able to understand that because we don't believe in the first place, we don't believe that we are divine and everything is divine, because we find so many faults in everything that is around us. Like this particular person who was sleeping under an apple tree, not Newton, but somebody, and he saw that there are little apples on the tree. And then there is this big pumpkin on the ground. And the apples are hanging from such strong branches, whereas this big pumpkin had a little tender or tendril or stem. He thought God's creation is not perfect. Pumpkin should have been on the tree, the strong branch, and apple should have been growing on these little stems. And just then an apple fell on his head. And he said, "No, everything is perfect." You see, imperfections are in our head. We see things wrongly. We see things differently than what they are. A divine person sees divinity in everything, in every situation. And that's what the Upanishad says. Pratibodha viditam matam amrutatvam hi vindate. The one who sees that divinity in every act, in every situation, everything, in every person, attains immortality. So the effort is to try and see and feel and experience the divinity in everything. Somebody was asking yesterday, and I was telling, you're looking for God in the wrong place. First of all, you understand God wrongly. You think God is an event that will happen at the end of so many japas, so many namasmaranas, so many medical camps, and so many visits to India. No. God is happening right now to you as you are here right now. And in every little act of kindness, love, compassion, you see the presence of God. Somebody, a stranger, just gives you a smile and wishes you a good morning. In that little act, God just kind of peeped, looked at you and vanished. Try to catch that glimpse of God in that passing, fleeting moment. So also do these projects and large service activities and serve everyone and find that joy, and that joy find your God. So also find God in your own solitude, in that peaceful moments that you experience when your wife is away. All that is God. Somebody agrees. risking everything because his wife is sitting next. I wish you the best. I do not know what's happening after the event. But I think your wife has taken the cue that I must try and see divinity somehow in this man. I don't know what. That's what Swamiji tells. Yes. Yeah, I'm not sure after this event. Even then, yes. So look. Very good. See, he calls his wife as a goddess. Definitely. In fact, everybody is God. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But we experience God as an everyday thing and we don't realize it. We just miss it. It's hiding in the plain sight. And you just miss it. But God comes to us so many times during the day. And we just miss it. And then we search for God. Where is God? Where is God? Why am I so unfortunate? Why God is not having mercy on me? Why is he not showing himself to me? And we go on complaining. But the poor God, he thinks, I'm always around you. I'm in you, within you, around you, above you, below you, with you. But you don't know. You don't realize because you have put on the wrong lenses, long specs. See me through the right vision. And how does it begin? It begins with a belief. Our scriptures cannot be wrong. Our gurus cannot be wrong. The people who have experienced this before us cannot be wrong. And they all have said in a single voice that everything is God, everything is God. Then how can it be that I do not experience that? Something should be wrong with me and not with the creation around me. Then you start investigating. What's wrong with me? Why I am not able to see that? Then you realize the mirror of your mind does not have that fidelity that it needs to have. And then you see distorted versions of God. And therefore you don't realize that that is God. Like if I stand in front of that kind of a mirror, I can't recognize that's my face because it's all distorted. Likewise. So in our scriptures it's given very, very clearly, and that is what I go around telling everybody. Start with simply believing that everything is divinity and try to see how that divinity is trying to teach you something every moment. See the hand of God in everything. And then slowly this experience will teach you that in all situations, without effort, you will start feeling the presence of God. Then you don't have to search for God anywhere. You don't have to go anywhere. So this phase of the mission is about this. Beyond names and forms and places and situations, God exists. And that God is none other than you. Then somebody will say, why are you sitting on that stage and why am I sitting down? If you can also see the same reflection in everybody, you're most welcome to come onto the stage. But I'll also give you 3 projects after that. So you choose. Not much. We just have 10 hospitals that run free and 30 schools and a medical college which is coming up now. And if you're willing to take up all these things, most welcome. The idea is that where does this power, this courage, this conviction come from? People ask, why do you do these many projects? And who told you to start another one when you already have so many? I said, nobody told me. Neither I asked anybody. It is what I felt deep within. And I could not have lied to myself by saying, no, this is not to be done. It just came. Because you are in touch with your divinity, and whatever the divinity decides, it is spontaneously expressed in your actions. That's all we have to do. If you're always in constant touch with our divinity, we will never make a mistake. Nothing will go wrong. Even if something apparently look like going wrong, you know within yourself that you have not done anything wrong. There won't be a sense of guilt or burden. You have just carried out the divine command. How do you know there is no attachment in it? There is no negativity in it. That's how it would be. Oh, these are all simple tips I'm trying to give you. I do not know in 4 years what all has happened. People are from Holland, Poland, and so many other nearby countries too, I believe. And they all are here. And I'm sure in these 4 years or 3 years of, so to say, the physical separation at least, and the COVID time, which taught us all to look within. Because before COVID and after COVID, there are two worlds that we live in now. The before COVID world was we were always looking around. And after COVID or during COVID, we had no choice but to stay back at home and look at ourselves every day and ask the same question, who am I, who am I, who am I? And answer it for ourselves. First day, the answer is, I am this body with a name, with a position, with a certain education, with all that qualification. I'm a husband, brother, sister, mother, all these definitions. After some more time, yes, I am this, but there is something more. Now I am the happiness and the sadness and the anger and this depression and the anxiety, all that which came with COVID, the fear and things like that. But then you realize even deeper, beyond these things, there is something which is experiencing all these things. It experiences the existence of this body with names, positions, power, all this. It experiences this body with all the relations and all the people around. It experiences this mind with all different passing, fleeting emotions. But what is that which is experiencing it all? That is divinity. That is how our scriptures define it. The ability itself is divinity. The ability to associate yourself with anything, whether right or wrong, is divinity. The ability to understand that you're thinking, feeling, speaking, acting, that ability is divinity. And the one who realizes that has realized the truth. Beyond that, there is no truth. So if you're here to ask anything from me other than this, I'm not going to give. You ask me that help me become that pure mirror that can reflect that divinity within and without. I'm definitely here to help. And how do I do that? Clean up the mirror. And how do we clean up? Clean it up of all the unwanted desires and thoughts and emotions and feelings that we accumulated over so many years, maybe so many lifetimes. It begins there. Once you wipe that clean, it already starts reflecting. The next thing is the mirror should be steady. If it is a shaky mirror, you can't see yourself right. So mirror should be steady. This is the second step in spirituality. And the third step in spirituality is that there should be light so that you can see yourself. In a dark room, even your reflection, you cannot recognize it's you. So you need to have light. These are the three principles of our Upanishads. Mala, Vikshepa, Avarana, they say. Mala, the impurities. I, mine, and the selfish thoughts. These are the impurities. Make it selfless is purity. Simple. Vikshepa, unsteady mind. From desires comes unsteadiness. When desires are not fulfilled, we are angry, then there is unsteady mind. When desires are fulfilled, we are excited, then again unsteady mind. So therefore, we cannot recognize ourselves in the mirror. It's shaky all the time. Steadying it is through meditation, through contemplation, through silent sitting, through reading of good books, through satsangs. We learn to steady our mind and get rid of these unwanted things. And then there is kind of as if there is a cover of darkness on the mirror. You have to switch on the light. All the darkness disappears. Now you can see your reflection. These are the three things. And what is that light? That light is the light of wisdom that comes to you when you start purifying yourselves. God's grace descends on you. It enables you to see that. Look at this as the principle and look at our work. Why are we doing it free for somebody? It's like charging yourself for the food that you cooked for yourself. If I charge anybody, isn't it? It's like a mother charging the child for all the breakfast she has cooked today. Or it's like me charging my own self. Okay, I have got this fever and I have got to go take the medicine. First I have to pay myself. How does it work? So when people ask why these are free, why you don't charge somebody, I said this is equivalent to saying that you charge your own child or you charge your own wife or husband or your own self for that matter. It is as simple as that. Somebody who sees divinity in the other person, how can he think of that person as somebody other? This otherness is the issue. So our idea is to consider all as our own. That's why this one world, one family, that's become the motto, that we consider all as our own, and when we consider that, whatever needs to be done, we do without any hesitation, without any calculations and judgments and things like that. So that's all is the whole idea of spirituality. So spirituality and service are so interrelated. This is all I am trying to explain. If you are spiritual, you will do service. There is no other way. Your life will be an expression of selfless love as selfless action. Because you are that. How can you not do that? That becomes your nature. Why people don't serve? Because they still don't feel the divinity within and without. If they feel, they will spontaneously help anybody and everybody. So that's all. How service and spirituality are interrelated, it is this way. Develop spiritual feelings, you will spontaneously serve your fellow man. Or start serving people, purify your mind, steady your mind, and you will have that experience of divinity. So it can be both ways. The road that goes from here to Chigwal or Girish's house, the same road brings you back here too. I think this hotel is on the same road. So I came by the same road, I will go back by the same road. So likewise, start developing spiritual feelings, you will end up serving people. Or start serving people, if that is the easier way to do things, then you will end up with a spiritual experience. Either ways you start. You can't just stand and think things will happen. It won't. So that's all is the essence of our mission of spirituality and service. Either ways you begin, you'll end up in the same place. So this is the idea, and that is what I want to encourage everybody to do. Service need not be always which is financially burdening or very expensive or intensive. Even, as I said, a random act of kindness is a service. When you thought of somebody before yourself, it is service. When you place somebody above yourself, it is service. And all these little acts, you add it all together, it will make it a continuous experience of divinity in your life. That's all we need to do. This is the simplistic way of saying it. It could have been more complicated if it go back to scriptures again. I don't know how many people know Sanskrit over here. You don't need to know Sanskrit to know God. You don't need to be in a mountain to know God. You can be very much here in this so unpredictable and cold and whatever weather of London. You can still find God. See, surprise. God is everywhere in everything. It just needs the right kind of vision, understanding to develop that experience. And you start seeing, you will enjoy everything. You will enjoy, even if you think this is wrong, you will start enjoying that wrong also, because you know that there is something that God is up to. And try to find what is that God up to today. In that little, so to say, wrong, what is God trying to do to me? And you will enjoy that as well. So you are never detached from God. Mrityor mukshiyama amrutata, it says. Let me be redeemed from this idea of death and birth, but let me be never detached from the idea of immortality. That is the idea. That's all I wanted to tell. Anything else? What's for dinner? Next question. These are young boys. I brought them with me. They are all the university students. And you are all people who support these projects, India, abroad, in Nigeria, and Fiji, so many places, including UK. We feed the homeless, or we feed the people on the road through Grace Kitchens. All these will take us to our divinity. All these. And these boys are here. And I wanted to show them what kind of devotees we have around the world, how humble, how loving, how sacrificing they are, how sincere they are in their efforts to know God and divinity. So that this younger generation learns, and they have something to offer, and you have something to offer, and each learns from the other. That's why I take them around. And I think I've missed a few countries this year because it was a short trip, and as you might be aware, in 2 days there is the inauguration of this medical school in India. And perhaps the world's first private medical school which doesn't charge you a penny. You can come with a pair of clothes, and if you're qualified to join the school, you can get a degree. And the only condition is you should serve after you get your degree. You can't make it a business card. You have to use it for serving the needy. That's the only condition we have put. Otherwise, everything is free. That school inauguration is there in 2 days' time. And this could happen only because of so many of you who have done their bit. And so all of you, I want to convey through this session to all of you and the whole of Europe And all those countries that I did not go to, but I will try to come another time, and hope there won't be another COVID so that we can come next year again. And I've definitely come to Holland. So many of them have come from there. Some are from Belgium and Lithuania. Yes, Lithuania. I went there. It was beautiful. Poland. Yes, Poland is there. If you give us chocolates, we will come. Belgium chocolate. Belgium. I'm aware of Belgian chocolates. Yes. I see God in everything. Gobble of a chocolate, God is sweet and nice. So no, definitely we will try. Another time we'll try. This time it was quite short, and then even this could have been cancelled because of the sudden event which came up. But I thought, no, there is a very good team at Buddhanhalli. Just now I had a Zoom call before coming here. They are so well trained and so committed and prepared that even my absence, it doesn't make much difference. I only had 2 or 3 meetings over the Zoom with them. They have done everything that is needed. So committed. And we are very blessed to have such good people here and back in Buddhanhalli and everywhere in all these countries. So committed. And I keep telling, we don't need the whole world to change the whole world. We just need few good people who are committed, who are on this path of spirituality. They are sufficient. They will change the rest of the world. That's why I'm very positive. I never lose hope. I never think that no, this can't be done. I feel it can be done. And somebody was doubting and saying, you want to change the world, everybody should become divine and Satyuga should be here. But there are so many people in the world who don't believe in all these things. How are you going to change? How many years will it take? And I told them it won't take much time. You begin, and just your presence will change everybody around you. It's kind of an exponential, like an explosion, and you'll see very fast changes happening in the coming 8 to 10 years. And there are also going to be painful periods in between. But as I said, the one who has this divine vision will see through all this clutter and know how God is working and setting things right. COVID, many people have suffered a lot. I understand that. At the same time, COVID also brought many lessons to us. And I tell them, okay, focus on the lessons that we learned. Forget about the other side. We learned so many things. And let us learn that life is fragile. We are here today. We do not know whether we'll be there tomorrow. Make the best of it right now. And the best use of our life is to feel the presence of God. Best of use of our life is not to just gobble up more or have a better, comfortable home or a bigger car. That's not the best use of life. Now, I tell Parikshita, knew 7 days are there for him to die. And we never know. So we have to be even more cautious and careful. Whatever time is there, let us try to find that experience of God in little things. Let us forget the big events. Let us find Him in little things, little joys. That is where our spirituality is. Good. Tomorrow morning we will be leaving back to Buddhanhalli, and hope you can watch the event on the internet, on the YouTube or wherever it is being relayed, because it's much under the control of the offices of the government, not ours, when such an event happens. But I hope someday you all will come and visit and see the work that is going on, and you will feel that that's also your brother, that's also your sister, that's also your mother or father, in all those patients, in all the people there. That's my hope. Anything, Girish, else? Anything else? No. A few questions. Questions? I think they're quite happy. Don't instigate them like this. They're quite happy. I think Europe has... Okay, one girl has a question. Yes, for the younger generation, which is quite busy with school and other things, how are they going to find this connection with God? On a daily basis. As I said, God can customize Himself for whichever generation you belong to. Now He will modify, He will adjust, and He will model Himself according to your need. I think as a younger generation, what we look for is companion, a support, a friend. You know, especially in your age, you are more close to your friends than even your parents or than even your brothers or cousins. Think of God as a friend and share everything with God. Oh God, I'm going to school now. I have got this exam. I do not know how I'm going to do. I need you to be by my side. Help me sail through this. I come back home, talk to God again. So you keep having an internal conversation, an inner conversation with God. And you will feel that, yes, you are surrounded or you are accompanied by God everywhere. That's the best way of doing it. I do not want you to think of, oh, I have to do these many minutes of meditation or that many japas. That may be good for the retirement times, when nobody wants you. But as children, as younger generation, we're so busy, try to share everything with God. Make God your secret friend. Everything that you have, you share with God. And don't expect God to be physically present to listen. Just believe that He's inside, is listening. That feeling you develop, a strong friendship, a bond with God, it will help you a lot. In everything you will see that you are able to experience the presence of that divinity. That may be the easiest way to connect. And this applies to everybody also. You can make a friendship with God wherever you are. But for children, for that age, friends are very important. Somebody told me, and I don't know why I think it's something to do with the London weather. I'm cracking too many jokes. Somebody was cracking a joke. He's also a Swamiji in India. He was telling how we evolve in our lives, When we are kids, do you know what my father says? Like that we talk. When we grow up a little more, then we say, you know what my friend says. Then we grow up a little more, we say, you know what my wife says. And when little more older, you know what my son says. Because we are always wanting somebody. So as kids, we want father. When we grow up a little more, we want friends. When we grow up a little more, we want to have a companion, a wife. And a little more, our children become important. So their opinions, they matter then. All I'm trying to say that your age friends is what you worry about, what they say about you. And so make God your friend and think what God thinks of me. Does He think good of me? Does He think that I'm doing right things? I want to please and I want to be friends with God. I don't want to lose God. So then you will do everything right. That is the idea. How do I nudge my children to make God their best friend without nagging them? Okay. No, I think it's much to do with what is your connection with God as a parent. How you express your connection with God to your children. They should see, if anything happens, how you depend on God and how that helps you be a better mother. How you depend on God and how that helps you to be a better wife. How you depend on God and that helps you to be a better daughter or anybody. So every time you do something, there is a situation and you deal with it very well because you say, I consulted God within, who is with me all the time. And this is what I felt and I did. And when you start doing right things, because you're consulting or you're asking that God within, your children will see, oh, my mother always does the right things because she's always connected with that God within. Maybe I should also develop that connection. Then I will also do the right things. And see, unless they see, it's like cost-benefit analysis. Unless they know, if I put this effort, what is that I'm going to get out of it? They will never put efforts. Why do they study? Because they know they will get marks and so that they'll get a degree and then they'll get employed or whatever. Likewise, when they see my mother puts this effort to talk to God every day, to worship or to have a conversation with God, and because of that she does so many right things. She's happy. She's able to handle even tough situations better. There is some benefit out of this. So let me also try this. That is however parents do, children simply copy. Most of the children copy their parents. So it's important the parents do the right things. And if parents have a connection with God, not a connection which is very ritualistic, very regimental, very orthodox, but a connection which is so heart to heart, children will develop that. Most of the youngsters are scared of ritualistic and orthodox and or what you call this very regimental type of spirituality, you know. Now, some parents came to me and they were saying their children are good. Tell them to donate for a good cause. They're immediately, you know, open their phone and donate. Ask them to come to the temple and you don't get them at all. You know, they disappear. I can't get them to the temple. I can't get them to the pujas and things like that. I said, it's okay as long as they're good, isn't it? He said, no, I have a problem. When I die, who is going to perform my rituals? Because they have not learnt anything. In India, Brahmins, they're very particular. When they die, they have to be, you know, all the rituals should be done properly. Otherwise, they will become whatever, you know, ghosts or something like that. They won't find redemption. I said, you should have invested in them long ago when they were children. But now that they don't believe in rituals, the only option you have is you attain liberation. Otherwise, you'll be a ghost. Because your children are not going to look after your afterlife. So you better not have an afterlife. You rather merge in God, put your efforts. So this is how it is, you know. Children don't like, this generation is different. See, this generation is even different. She wants to come onto the stage and stay with me. That's her whole problem. Yeah. Come here. Vidya? Vidya, you want to come here? She wants to be here with me. That's her main problem. And that's making her. See, this is what I'm saying. You're restless for God. Then you get God. Come. Oh, okay. She's afraid coming on. Come, Vidya. Coming here. Come here. There's no chocolates here. Come. You want to sit here with me? You want to come here? Okay. She wants to come and sit with me. Where's the chocolate? Come here. Oh, here. See? Want chocolates?
She's more shy today, so I'm
This one. This one? Should I give you this one? Take it. What do you say when you get chocolates? Thank you. She's shocked because so many people. Yeah. Okay. Now you go and sit there. You want one more? Yeah. You want one more? Yeah. Now go and sit there. Go and sit there. She's restless because she's not getting to come here and speak to me. So if you develop this kind of restlessness for God, will God not call us? After all, God wants himself to be involved in our lives, right? He doesn't want to be kept in a cupboard and opened and closed every morning and evening. He wants us to make him a part of our lives, make him our friend, our companion, our everything. That's all God expects. It's so simple. If you involve God in everything, and you will feel his presence in every aspect of your life. All your questions are fine, done. Okay, good. And for all of you, the only piece of advice I have is make this effort. See, without effort, it won't come to you. Make the effort. Everything in this karma bhumi, the world that we live in 3 dimensions of time, space, and situations, it is bound by efforts. It's a karma bhumi. And if you want to know God, you have to put efforts to know God too. It won't happen just like that. Many people say, have you developed some powers? If you touch my head, I'll realize God and all that. I told no. I can only give you the recipe or whatever, the path. I can show you that. Walking is your problem. I cannot make sure that you suddenly appear on this last destination. Doesn't happen. I can only tell you this is the way. And you can also walk. You can also find that. So that effort is important, and the most important gift that you can give to your master is to put that effort. Sincere effort. Everyday effort. And when I come next time, all mirrors should be equally bright and shiny. In everything, I should be able to see that reflection without an inch of distortion. Clear and clean reflections. So try to make your mirrors of the mind clean, pure, steady. Steady is also very important. And then you will feel the experience of God in everything. So that's all I want to say. Okay? Now you have a question after all this. Okay, just the last one.
Actually, in all your books, it is said that when we have problems, then we ask God's help. We see God. God inside and light everywhere, and I can speak with Him. I can talk with Him. But when I have problems, I cannot ask help. I cannot even pray. And usually my friend says, well, you can just pray or meditate or, seek for God. Then I can't.
I understand what you're saying. and, but as I said, involve God at all times. Make Him your companion, make Him your closest friend, and share everything. Doesn't matter. Even if your problem is there or happy times are there, share with God without any expectations. See, prayers when we make, we expect then God to come and solve that. I'm not expecting anything. It's a friend. If you have a problem, you want to go and talk about it to somebody, you don't necessarily expect the other person to solve the problem. You speak to God that within. God, this is what I'm going through. Guide me through this. You're not asking God anything. Her problem that asking is not her nature. She can't catch hold of God and ask things. So she doesn't know how to deal with things in difficult times. You don't have to ask. You just converse with God. Tell God, this is what I'm going through, and leave it at that. And God will find somebody to give that love, give that direction, give that guidance to you at that time. Problem is that we don't turn to God as the first option. We go to God as the last option in most of the situations, which is not right. If you go to God as the first option, that is the right thing. But that doesn't mean you will start WhatsApping me from now. What it means is that you'll find that God within and ask that God. I cannot respond and reply to everybody. It's not possible. And that's not what I'm trying to train you towards. The whole training is to save my WhatsApp email messaging efforts. Idea is to connect you to your own divinity, and you don't have to ask anybody. You can be sufficient unto yourself. And that's what I keep telling all these boys also and everybody. If I can't make you independent of me at the end, then I have failed in my duty as a guru. You should not be depending on me till the end of your life. You should have become independent in your own divinity. I should be redundant to you. Then I have done my job. Otherwise, I have wasted my time and your time. That's very important. Most of the gurus want to gather people and make sure that they keep counting the list of devotees. I don't want. We can meet like this, just to share our joy. But we don't meet because we are dependent on each other. That dependencies should disappear as time passes. You should feel sufficient within yourself that I have that divinity within, I am okay with it. That ability one must develop. That's what I'm telling you about the effort that you must make. Just make God your everything, just a companion. No expectations, no demands. Just a companion, somebody you can share your things with. Begin there, especially the younger ones. You will see the difference in your attitude, difference in your perceptions, difference in the way you deal with things in life. Begin there. And don't give it a name and form and again, restrict it. Give it only the idea of a presence. Don't try to make it a man or a woman or several heads or several hands. Don't do all that. Don't try to define it and limit it. Just keep it as a presence. That is the best way to develop this connection. Okay, this is enough for today. I'm very happy to see you all. And I will see you again hopefully next year. And those who come to India, then we will see you. Okay? I can give one.
ॐ जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वरा ॐ जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राण आश्रितकल्पलतिका आश्रितकल्पलतिका आपद्बान्धवा ॐ जय जगदीश हरे मातपिता गुरुदैवमु मर्यन्तयु नीवे स्वामी मर्यन्तयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नागेन्द्राशयन ॐ जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूपा ओजस्वी साई महादेवा सद्गुरु साई महादेवा मंगलारती अंदुको मंगलारती अंदुको मंदर गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय जय बोलो सद्गुरु श्री मधुसूदन साई जी की जय
Sairam, if everybody can make their way upstairs for prasadam, please have some before you go home or continue your journey. Enjoy it, Sairam.